that means this game 3 has to be within 10 seconds for them to top that as they're starting. What do you want to be the deciding factor in the seed?
Combat. Not raw luck. I want it to be combat. I want red ring in 9.
I like it.
Both runners are screen scrolling over to level 3 for their first play. And no bomb drops for either of them. We find level 6 at level 3.
Insert flashbacks here.
Insert immediate 3-headed Gleeok here. Within a trapped room.
Just, why would you do that?
They're both very skilled runners, using their beam swords, dodging all the bullets. Cytown has a little bit of a lead on the Gleeok, but... Oh, now TG's gonna have to get aggressive. He took a bop. And now he takes more than a bop. He takes the first death of the game, and he's gonna... probably go... Whoa, hello!
I mean... Well, the game wants to just give you that, sure.
Under that Gleeok in level 6 in the very first room.
That's an item that's going to help out a lot, especially given that we're seeing the Lionels in the dungeons again.
I don't expect TGE to ever go back into that room, which means for the rest of this seed, until he finds another weapon, he will be behind in combat.
Well,
Yikes.
yes and no. For all we know, TGE will find the white sword in the next, 5 minutes here and just even it out.
This is true. Also, of note, being level 6, we now know from the interviews through the end of the first couple of games, TGE's strats, he wants to dig out the big dungeons. He wants to find a key item in the big dungeons that he dug out that cytown did not. And so I expect he'll live another considerable amount of time through this 6. Hopefully this time it won't be 20 minutes.
Also do bear in mind that TGE may decide to go back to that Gleeok sooner than we think, depending on what items he still has available to him, as we get the map of 6.
It's discount level 7.
It is. One of the main things that's going to have to be kept in mind is, because TGE is looking for both a floor drop and a stair item, he's probably going to end up overall clearing more rooms than Cytown will, once the compass exists. Up until that point.
Going back for the Gleeok.
Ooh, this could be big for TGE.
Come on, TGE, you got this. I just want to mention we also have Lionels in the dungeons. Haven't spotted any Wizrobes yet, so they could be on the overworld or they could be the dungeons within another set.
My guess is they're going to be in dungeons in another set. And the only reason I say that is there's more chances for them to be in dungeons, combined with looking at this enemy set, it doesn't look like it's going to be a Wizrobe.
He's got it. Yeah, get your wand, TGE.
Nicely done. Not even taking any damage on that second fight.
Alright. The race is back on. Their staircase item is being elusive in this 6, and TGE does have the advantage of having the map, where Cytown does not. So though he does not have bombs, I was going to say his exploration should be a little more friendly, but without bombs, that's hard to say. Cytown does find the Triforce in the bottom section of the 6, in the V column.
I don't think he goes back for the item.
No, he's going to leave. He ain't going to look for a 6th staircase.
There'd be no reason for him to go back at this point.
So, early advantage, Cytown. 1 up on Triforces.
Also has gotten a bomb pack.
That shipping room is blocking off that one top room of level 6 under the E column. First E. It'll be interesting to see if we need to get in there later to access a certain staircase item.
Do bear in mind, TGE is still going to be clearing rooms as he can, just because he hasn't seen the Triforce yet. But he is going to. But it looks like he's going to avoid all of the hard combat rooms, as he's going to gamble that he can get his Triforce or his compass without having to do those, and he would be correct.
He's at least going to try and find a heart. Oh! Gosh, I thought the lag might have helped him out there, but running right into the fireball, TGE takes another death. Cytown has found level 4 at level 1's location.
And almost immediately starts playing find the magic bomb wall. Actually pretty good key count early on for both of these runners so far.
Yes, and having the wand to easily kill bomb dropping enemies, I think they'll be fine on resources. Here's the map for 4. It's camel.
This is our item. It's a recorder.
That's valuable. Man, whoa! Hell, he's doing a little jig. He's like, I found it this time. I'm not mistracking it.
Finding the recorder within 10 minutes is probably feels a whole lot better than finding it an hour in.
6 minutes in, that recorder was found. And
ooh,
he was so happy, he had to do a little dance for it.
TGE, I believe, just found the stair item in level 6. Nope, that's the transport.
No, that's the same transport that he's taken before. That transport went over to the map room. Cytown's got his Triforce out of 4.
He's bailing.
With recorder in hand, he's gonna dip it for now. Come back later for free if he needs to.
And it looks like we're seeing a lot of echoes of Game 1 with TGE spending so much time in this level 6. However, if the raft or the silver arrows are in the 6, or the bow, if any of those 3 items are in this level 6, that will pay out largely for TGE. Although he is going to have to deal with the toll room first. No hesitation on paying the max bomb.
If he goes 1 left here, I believe he finds his Triforce. It was in the V column.
Well, he's going to find his
possible staircase item, though. If
I think this has to be it. This doesn't look like the room that he exited out of the transport in, and it is a heart.
Just a heart.
Now, to be fair, TGE had not seen the Triforce up to this point, so he's not redigging 6, knowing the Triforce is not here.
Five pair, this ain't it. 1 up. Oh, come on, TGE. 1 up is this Triforce. Yeah, NSU room, this is it.
Yep.
And TGE will, let's see what he does. Will he play the Gamble-matic 9000 strat again?
Well, he's already gotten both items out of here. He has no reason to come back in.
Oh, this is true. TGE is done with 6. Cytown's... Oh, there we go. Just, I'm gonna refresh for a second. Cytown's stream is freezing for me.
TGE probably just gonna go to 4 here, also pick up his recorder. We'll see if he decides to dig the fluoride about. Looks like we have a compass in level 7 as well as Darknuts and Wizards in the same dungeon set.
Here we go, Combat Seed.
I have often gone on the record saying that I prefer Wizards to Darknuts in dungeons. However, when they are both in dungeons at the same time, it's annoying. Case in point, on Cytown's side as he takes a death. Untimely. TGE is going to see his stair item here. It will be the recorder. We'll see if he decides to go ahead and dig out the floor item, or if he's just going to take the Triforce and run.
Oh man, with that early Triforce, I just bounce.
Yeah, I think if you have recorder, it's very easy to say just bounce on every dungeon and recorder back if you have to.
Literally every dungeon, except level 1, because 3 items. But any other dungeon, but bounce.
And maybe level 8, depending on how the dungeon lays itself out when you get in.
Speaking of combat rooms, Cytown's gonna nope it this time around.
TGE has seen the early Triforce.
He's going through a different section of this floor than Cytown did, so we'll start to see some other rooms in the back of this. Llama Camel, take your pick.
Also keep in mind that, he left that Triforce room almost as soon as it spawned. He might not have seen that as he was just moving through.
Ooh, fair point. We'll see if he goes back.
Hi, Patra.
Just magically out of 7. I'm not certain what happened there.
He might have picked up the Triforce and bounced. And to answer the question in chat, Cytown did not get both items in 4. He got the recorder, he saw the Triforce, and he left.
We'll watch Cytown's pause screen to see if he got his Triforce out of 7.
Assuming he pauses.
Assuming we see the pause. Looks like he's looking to go put that recorder to use. After checking his secret shop Armos location.
And to answer the question in chat, levels 2 through 7, as well as level 9, have 2 items. Levels 1 and 8 have 3 items. Level 8 will have 2 items in stairs and 1 on the floor. And level 1 will have 2 items on the floor and 1 in the stair.
Oh, Cytown knew this was his candle location. Oh, he only has 2 Triforces, Cytown does, so he did not get 1 out of 7.
He probably just dipped seeing all the tough combat and stuff and was like, you know what, I can come back later.
He has a blue wire.
And interesting. That is so there is one bomb wall in level 4 that does not open. That seems to be it.
Well, TGE knows where his Triforce is now. He has found the compass, so he knows to go back to that Stalfos room. But he wants the second item. He's spending a lot of time going through this floor to find his second item.
You know, I can't say as I blame him. Level 4 isn't necessarily large. Ooh. Oh, look at that fire HP.
Yes! Free bombs!
That's what you want to see.
Fires at 2 HP. Gotta love it. Where is
also,
that floor drop in 4?
Also, we saw the value of our large secret. 111.
Not bad. I'll take that any day. I'll take that any day.
Oh, absolutely.
Cytown gonna be the first to give us the look at the coast item. Just a heart.
Wah,
No.
wah.
Visit the beach today. Prefer the mountains. TGE into the north side of this floor, previously undiscovered. Cytown finding level 2 under the burn bush at level 8.
Level 2 can be a good level to find early if the enemy set lends itself to good combat. Oh my goodness! And the payoff is there for level 4 with TGE pulling the bow out off of the floor.
Cytown probably will go back to that before going back to 7 or 6, but slight item advantage for TGE at this point.
Now bear in mind, if we see a Goma block anywhere in this seed,
good point.
That would swing the advantage back into TGE's corner. And if it's a Goma block silver arrows, that makes it even more interesting, because TGE could have those sooner if he decides to buy the wooden arrows.
Yeah, going back to what you said earlier, I love finding level 2. I love, like, 1 through 3, and finding my map instantly, so that I can create my own pathways. Even if some of the rooms have terrible combat, I can bomb through all the walls freely, skip some doors, save some keys, find my items, try forcing out. Speaking of the map in 2, there we go.
It's a segment. It's a split 2.
Yeah, wow, look at that entire section that just goes straight down.
And it's a Triforce for Cytown in level 2. He's not going to take it. I'm curious as to if he will dig the segment out or if he'll just leave here.
I think he should pick it up just so those blue land molas don't spawn, and I think he's doing the same thing. And then he'll find his segment in the north and go through 2 again.
TGE has picked up the book.
Oh, the book was the Arbos item.
Now,
On brand as always, TGE spitting them flames.
and this does give TGE the option of doing some small manipulation. He is going to be able to open up the vanilla level 8 spot without having to purchase the candle.
And the candle's only in one spot today. It's at the secret shop location. Near the lake, whatever. So, he'll save some time not having to go to that screen. Level 1 at level 9.
That's another dungeon TGE wants to see as cytown clears this 2 out. Immediate boomerang!
There's his favorite friend. Boomerang immediately in 1. Hey, you know what that means? That means cytown is guaranteed to pick it up. He's just gonna... Oh! Snipe.
Now, to be fair, even though, yes, we have all of the terrible enemies that are immune to the boomerang stun in the dungeons, we also have Lionels in the dungeons, and the boomerang is quite effective against those.
We also got Wizrobes in 1, or in TGE's case, Link Robes, because he's playing as the Wizrobe sprite. And his heart count is still low to be dealing with Link Robes.
Well, we have a stair item here on level 1.
What did cytown find in 2? He's dipping.
Apparently he found a ladder block.
In 2 at the top of that vertical segment.
Nice white sword find for TGE. While it's not strictly progression, it's extremely helpful.
Yeah, especially to find it in this one in particular. If he has to clear some of those blue Wizrobe rooms for his Triforce, this
Silver's in 1! Now the bow payoff becomes huge for TGE. He now has the ability to deal magical sword damage to anything but Dark Nuts and Wizrobes. That's huge.
Flying through some of this dungeon combat. I think I give lead to TGE now.
I do as well. Especially with level 1 being up at the level 9 spot, cytown may not route over there for a while.
cytown currently in 3, and TGE taking his Triforce out of 1. I don't know if he intended to do that. I believe he's only seen... Boomerang, white sword, he's seen them all. Boomerang, white sword, silver arrows, he's out.
Yep. And to answer the question in chat, cytown did get the Triforce in 2, I believe? He had to have. We've seen it. We saw him go back and get it.
Guess the tune.
You know, the interesting thing is, if TGE finds the raft, he could make the huge gamble on ladderless.
Oh. That would be...
I don't think there's anything that we've seen Triforce-wise that is hard ladder blocked as cytown finds scrap metal in 3.
Yeah. TGE gonna be the first one to put that recorder to use, and he will find level 8. And an immediate staircase.
I feel like if you're TGE in this instance, you probably dip 8 earlier than you normally would. In so much as you probably dip 8 as soon as you see a Triforce. And to answer the question in chat, the scrap metal is one of the names of the magical boomerang. Although, for all we know, cytown might have found a piece of scrap metal in his house. I don't know.
Oh! He gets Y-forced into 3. Astolphos knocking him into the Triforce. He probably wanted to clear out the rest of those rooms. This will cost him a little bit of time if he goes back in.
But it does give him some health. And the thing that...
He is still on 4 hearts. Even with all this offensive advantage, 4 hearts is dangerous dealing with, like, blue Dark Nuts, blue Wizrobe. And he finds the croissant. Power bracelet.
So, the power bracelet is going to give him easy access back to some locations. He might actually decide to route up to Vanilla 6 here, and then use the power bracelet to get over to the east side of Hyrule to do those dungeons.
Yeah, Lost Hills. I like that play. Very quick traversal from west to east in this case. cytown going through the latter part of this 3 that he was unable to see. finds a compass for a Triforce he already has. 2 rooms to go.
And cytown is still looking for the floor drop in this level 3.
Uh-oh.
Dig Dogger.
Oh, he has his recorder, so
Yes.
his Dig Dogger is just toast. Doing the strategy of placing the first bomb, flute, placing the second bomb, immediately killing the Dig Dogger with minimal risk. This should be his floor drop. And it's a red candle. Ugh.
Not what he wanted to see there, given he already has blue candle.
TGE does take the death to the blue Wizrobes in 8. That tiny 4 heart starting to show its weakness.
Yeah, although to be fair, cytown is only on 6. So, while cytown is definitely in better shape, he's not in perfect shape. He's now going to be at... No, he's going to take the potion here.
Another Wizrobe teleported right on top of TGE. While you're not wrong, I would put, like, combat skill in cytown's favor. He's definitely used to this. They're both top level runners. But, I've seen what cytown can do just on, like, green tunic and wood sword. And it is disgusting.
Well, it looks like TGE is going to opt to leave level 8 for now, as the white sword item is another heart.
I'm glad he left. I do wish he'd have used his power bracelet, so he wouldn't have to walk all of these screens. He's gonna get his overworld hearts, is what he's doing.
Yeah, this routing makes sense from the standpoint of getting your resources.
He still don't have a candle. So
he
he's
may
gonna have
just
to do-
opt... He
Yeah,
may
he'll
opt
have
to
to
try to
do
use
his
the book to
wand
get it
trick.
open.
Yeah, he'll have to do his one trick to get in. Level
Alright, level
9 found, I couldn't see where cytown was. Was he up the hills?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
he
at
was.
vanilla 5.
Alright, here we go, TGE. Show us your Firaga spell. That's it!
And he
Dead on.
nicely done from TGE to get that.
Dead on. He can thank those tech types later.
And here we see the most effective use of the book since... Well,
I'd be slinging
honestly,
silvers.
since I've been doing commentary. That's the first time I've ever seen somebody do that.
In the combat room that TGE just died in, I'd be slinging silvers. You got them, let them fly.
Yeah, he's got the money at this point, and he knows where the 100 secrets are if he needs those.
He's gonna skip that room for now. Probably losing some confidence in his low heart count. Well, there you go.
So a
You're
heart
welcome.
was one of the 2 items in 2. We don't know
Commentator's
the
blessing.
second one yet.
We're now looking at 1 key for cytown, 2 for TGE. While we thought we were healthy on keys earlier, starting to turn up a little low.
Cytown's now going to go a little further in this 8. Let's see if he can handle the Wizrobes. He is going to opt to just spend the
There's
key here.
silvers. Let them fly.
Now, what is going to hurt Cytown somewhat in this 8, even though he does have the heart advantage, he does not have the white sword. So he's going to have to rely more on bombs or wood sword if he wants to get these Wizrobes killed.
cytown and TGE are on their last keys. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought this might happen. Come on, TGE. He does get the Lambola kill, so TGE will claim his Triforce out of 2. I imagine he'll go back. We'll see.
I think he'll go back for a little bit, but then he'll just, he'll probably see the ladder block and just bail and probably never come back after that point.
This seed is just challenging all aspect of our runner's combat. Their reflexes, their dodging, their reasoning skills, knowing which rooms to tackle at which time based on the items available at their disposal.
Also, bear in mind.
This is what we wanted. This is what we want.
Also, bear in mind that I think based on what we've seen. Wait, no, neither of the runners have been to Vanilla 6 yet.
No, Well, no. We've seen because people grab their Armos items. I believe Cytown has been to level 6, and that's where 7 was. Or Vanilla 6, rather. I believe level 6 is on the island at level 4's location, which we'll not get to until we find a raft. Oh wait, no, we've been in 6. 6 was the first dungeon.
Yes, we've also been in the dungeons we are missing currently are levels 5 and 7.
We have seen 7. Cytown went to 7. I believe that was at level 6's location. It's level 5 that is on the island at level 4's vanilla location.
Okay.
Right, TGE is gonna go up. Oh, Cytown. Sorry, I had to swap for a bit. Cytown is at half a heart using his. They don't go down in a single bomb. Beefy dart nuts.
Surprise, surprise! And TGE is going to see his ladder block up here very soon, and probably start saying curses towards people.
Curses towards JSR. He rolled it. There it is, blocking one room. That room seemingly holding the last floor item.
That we know of. I don't recall if Cytown cleared every single room.
He'll throw out some silvers to confirm his suspicions. Ladder in 8.
Well, that just opened the seat up for Cytown a little bit. Mostly it opened up the second item in level 2. But I haven't seen any ladder blocks for Triforces yet. There's that second item in 2 that's ladder blocked. But unless that is raft, that ladder, at the current moment, is not a required item for the runners to pick up.
Until raft is discovered, though, within a few more minutes, we'll probably see our dungeons. We will probably see our runners 100%ing every dungeon they come across. Because that raft, right now, it's buried. TGE in level 3, we know there will be nothing of value here except his Tringle. He doesn't know that, but he has his silver arrows in hand, so he can get through it rather quickly.
I would just like to point out how massive this level 8 is.
Yeah, that's gross.
And level 7 has to fit in that somehow.
Segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, possibly even segment 4 in that bottom right corner. TGE finds his scrap metal, says no way, already having his banana of choice.
He's already got, and because you can't downgrade back to the regular boomerang from the magic boomerang, he just doesn't see a need to pick that up.
And I gotta say, it always feels good when fires go down in a single hit.
So Cytown looks to be heading for level 1 here. He will pick up his silver arrows. He will pick up his white sword. He will still not have his bow.
Also, we've seen no defensive upgrades yet. No red ring. I think we got our wish. I think it's in 9.
I think it's in 5.
I hope it's in 9. Cytown into 1, where he will find all of his items he needs necessary to...
Except for the bow.
Like... Yeah, where was Bo?
Floor drop in 4 up near the top.
4 in 4, got it.
I think TGM might actually bail here. He's only got 1 item left. He knows level... Well, actually. He knows he can still go back to level 8, which he probably doesn't want to do. Nah, he might dig it. Oh, he's gonna leave. Interesting.
We know this to be the right call, because all he would find is a red candle. He's already seen the staircase scrap metal in level 3. Now he's gonna pick up some extra rupees to be slinging some more silvers. 27 rupee medium, slightly below the vanilla. That's fine.
I don't think this race is nearly over yet.
Oh no. Not until we find out where that raft is.
Agreed. Now, if Raft is ladder blocked, that puts the momentum hugely in cytown's favor. But if there is no ladder block for that raft, it could get very interesting. cytown did get the silver set of level 1. He's immediately going to go back to 2.
He's going to go to that one room at the top under the under the dash to see what the floor item is in 2. He knows that that room has his floor drop. And if it's raft, cytown is in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. However, if it is not raft, that almost has to put raft in 7.
I agree with you.
It could be an 8. It could still be an 8. But there's a... Actually, I think it's about a... I think we've only seen one item out of 8, so there's a 50-50 chance it's in 7.
Where is TVE going?
Probably going back to 8.
Yes, I believe you are correct. He's prepared to full dig it now. And here's cytown.
It's a dig dog.
Says, I hope you have that flute again. Fingers crossed.
It's a heart finger. This is not over yet, folks. We still have quite a bit of seed to go yet.
I put TGE at a slight lead, but right now both runners have similar knowledge levels. And based on the plays they're making, they'll both be at 8 or 7 anytime soon. TGE immediately finds his Triforce at 8, one room up.
cytown is going back to 4. No? No, he's not. He is... I'm not sure where he's going.
The floor drop in 2 was a heart.
Did cytown... cytown's going to 7?
Cytown's going back to 7.
And TGE is going to bail on the entirety of 8.
Wow!
This... okay.
This could work. We haven't seen
if
any...
ladder is not required, this works out for
yet.
TGE.
This is a massive risk.
This is probably not what we had in mind for a Game 3, but... They're
both gonna go to the
could
same
be
dungeon.
huge here.
They're both going to 7. Who will find the items in 7 first? 7 was dangerous, ugly combat with blue dark nuts and wizrobes everywhere.
Both runners have the same amount of hearts. Now, do bear one thing in mind. cytown still has to go back to 4 at some point to get the bow.
It's true.
cytown may leave 7 early.
Nice use of the candle to skip past the dark nuts by cytown.
And that is one option that cytown is going to have over TGE is he can repeatedly candle boost. TGE can only do it once.
And if TGE uses the wand to do a fire boost past him, TGE finds the floor item in 7. cytown finds the staircase item. Raft is not here. It's an 8.
Well, hold on. Have we seen the floor item in 7 yet?
TGE just found it. It's a heart.
So raft is in 8. I don't know who that benefits more. I don't actually know who that benefits more.
I believe level 2 had 2 hearts. There was one buried in the very back, and there was another one in the first segment where we spawned in from the start.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it benefits cytown more that Raft is not here, because he pretty much knows now it's an 8.
I think it benefits cytown's just a little bit because he has ladder, so if anything happens in 8, he's prepared. TGE wants that Triforce so he can heal up. TGE, the key ain't worth it. Oh my gosh.
But he does get it. Cytown is back at level 3. He is going to probably just whistle away from here as well. Now, if Cytown goes to 4 here, he will get his bow. He is going into 4.
Okay, that's good. TGE has seen only one item in this 7. Having found his Triforce, will he dip it and go back to 8, which he abandoned?
I think he goes back to 8.
I think he goes back to 8 because he hasn't seen all the items in 8. He's doing it! He's going back to 8!
Well, think about it. He has 1 item in 7 versus 3 items in 8, and he knows just how difficult 7 is to get into.
Oh, I agree. The odds are definitely more in the favor of going to 8.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of na-na-na-na-na-na-nas when you pop that flute over and over and over again.
Cytown has found the bow.
Both runners now gonna dig through 8 simultaneously to find their raft. This is a lot. It's another close one, folks.
Now bear in mind, the reason I believe that the reason he went to 8 before 3 is simply the numbers game. 8 has 3 items. 3 at this point has 1. Same with 7. Cytown's back in 6. He did not get this stair item.
Whoa!
That is going to give TGE time that he desperately needs.
And we know the stair item in 6 is a heart. TGE dug it out early. Spent a decent amount of time doing it, but now this gives him this advantage.
TGE's choice to dig 6 early, while it may not have seemed like a good play at the time, is now giving him the time to be able to dig this level 8 and find his raft. Now, we believe the raft is an 8 by process of elimination. He gets his ladder.
He's at 0 keys. This is also now an issue. Finds the map. Now systematically, 1 by 1, clear all the rooms of 8 till you find that raft.
But remember, he is looking for a staircase, so he can avoid clearing rooms that do not have staircases.
That is a very good thing.
Or potential staircases, I should say. To answer the question in chat, TGE has missed the second item at level 7 and the second item at level 3.
That's a gross room, trying to clip through the dart nuts in a 3-line block room.
Cytown has opted to leave level 6 for now. Let's see where he goes.
I don't think he saw his staircase in 6. He saw a robber, and then he's like, forget it. And he's going back to 8. He's playing the odds game too.
Both runners are now in level 8. Cytown has a slight Cytown does have an exploration advantage on this 8, but TGE has already seen 2 items.
Both runners in the same room, high-fiving. And taking the same route.
This race could be very even right now. TGE is going to have to deal with this blue Dark Knight room. Cytown will also.
This is that one room that, killed them earlier. When they were going through their initial expert. Wait, no, because they just bombed in for the first time. In any case, this room sucks.
Cytown has a potion, no fire, but has already taken to death. TGE is saving the room state here. I
approve.
Absolutely. That is a absolutely heads-up decision from TGE to go ahead and save the room state there.
Yes, by leaving the room, he saves the enemy count that was in there. So if he does die, when he starts back at the beginning and comes back in, okay, he died before he got out, so when he gets back to that room, there will be 2 blue dart nuts in there.
And I think that's actually going to help TGE here, because Cytown has died twice in this room now, with a potion. He's leaving that room. He's going to try to come in from another angle.
Many rooms unexplored in this 8. Any route could work.
TGE gets a heart. He's actually probably very happy to see that heart.
Alright, TGE's through. Find
Zelda's
Zelda's room, and he's locked in.
That's not Zelda. Cytown finds a dig dogger in a potential stair room, but TGE's about to be in there as well.
Oh my.
If this is our raft, it is a stair! And here is the raft!
Oh man, both runners gonna find the raft within 10 seconds of each other.
This race is now completely tied up. Cytown with the very slightest of leads, but certainly not enough of a lead to make it a cut and dry match.
Does Cytown have the Triforce out of 2?
He does.
Okay, well then both runners are making their way to the island. Keys could come into play now. Cytown at 3, TGE at 0.
Absolutely. Keys could come into play. Keys could force a different route for them in 9, though. Bear that in mind. They could take completely different routes, and one of them could stumble upon...
Any key could just be here in 5.
Very possible.
I just hope Red Ring isn't here. I'm still gonna wish that. Right now, they're both on the same path still. TGE in the transport staircase that Cytown just took.
Folks, I don't think we could have...
He's not taking it.
Not going to take it. Folks, I don't think we could have asked for a better game 3 at this point.
Cytown finds this Triforce in 5 in the bottom right side, and he took the staircase to get there. If this is segment in 5, CGE will have to take that staircase.
But if TGE gets the compass, he may decide to just go for that anyway. As Cytown is going to be the first runner heading to level 9.
TGE taking the death to Goma.
Wait. Where's Cytown going?
World Wrap. Picking up money. He wants a blue ring. He says, I've died enough.
I'm kind of surprised he picked up the 100 secret instead of just obeying or just getting some other small monies.
I think it was just closest to him.
I guess.
All the others that he's checked, he wants blue ring. He says, I've died enough. Red ring. Don't have it. Probably buried in 9. This is my last, safety measure.
Well, with that blue ring, Cytown is now going to be heading into level 9. TGE is very close to his Triforce in 5, though. In fact, he's going to see it right here. The divergence for the blue ring.
Folks.
So, the divergence for the blue ring has evened it up to where TGE and Cytown will be entering 9 within about, roughly, a minute of each other.
Seconds.
However, Cytown's resources are in much better shape than TGE's.
Oh, I gotta get my... I'm gonna track this 9. Reported that we know where they're going.
Alright, Cytown enters 9 at about 43-44. Now... Melchior, would you like to explain what we're looking for in 9?
In level 9, we're looking for a roar and a door. We're listening for the roar of Ganon, which will indicate... Audio to Cytown if I can.
Well, we just found Ganon.
Hi, Ganon!
Well, alright. There's that. TGE
If
will
TGE
find that
goes
quickly.
right, he'll find it just as easily as Cytown did.
So now the question is...
Ganon was 3 rooms in. Go right,
Now
go
also,
up.
now also bear in mind, Cytown does not really have an exploration advantage on TGE at this point. Because he just got into 9. TGE is gonna go left! Wait, TGE will see the double key door. Maybe that'll spur him to go right instead. Nope, he's gonna keep going left. Oh, and this door could be Zelda.
He turns around.
That door could be Zelda. Wait, he's going back.
No!
But that's Zelda!
What?
A free level 9! And everyone, get your GGs in chat as Cytown is finished with an official time of 45 minutes and 10 seconds!
That was absurd! Oh my gosh, even if he did go right and found Zelda, just because of the route it was on, the game was handing Cytown that race. He had to make up time on TGE. TGE had been in the lead just from finding of Bow and Silvers, the extra time digging out 6. TGE had the advantage. Cytown overtook him within the last couple of dungeons.
And with that, I really think the difference in the seed was the level 5 route.
Yes.
The level 5 route, I think, had more of an impact than
anything.
anything.
If TGE took the stair like Cytown did, they'd have been within 5 seconds of each other. And then Cytown went to go get Blue Ring, where TGE did not. This would have been TGE's race if he'd have followed that staircase.
Wow.
We do have an official time from TGE of 46:19. And we're joined by Cytown.
Hey guys.
So I'm just gonna guess you heard the past, like, 30 seconds of what we were saying about the difference of the race.
Yeah, I did. Holy cow.
Yeah.
This whole series has been nuts.
This is a great series.
Oop.
Oh, TGE, man.
Like I said at the beginning, my entire thing was, let's make this entertaining. I think we did that.
I think you did that.
So you guys both, like, one of you had a lead, and then the other person had a lead, and then the other person had a lead. It was kind of even. TGE, you were a little bit ahead throughout the whole thing, and then Raft happened, and both of you picked up Raft at the same time.
5 seconds.
Oh wow.
So
And then 5 happened.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So I need to ask the question that needs to happen. So you got your wish. You got the early recorder, right?
Oh, thank you, God. I was like shaking in front of it before I grabbed
He
it.
danced on screen. His link to the little jig.
Also,
I
that
did.
feeling when you 46 and lose. Holy crap!
Right.
Wow.
To pick up on that, TGE, do you know where you could have won this race?
Not dying 12 times?
Yes. But
I mean,
outside of that, there was
that's
a
the answer,
decision
not
you
dying.
made. There was a decision you made in the late game. Probably what anyone would have made at the time, but this time around it did not work out. Do you know what that was?
Trying to think, because honestly, I don't feel like any routing decisions I made caused anything happen, unless you're saying not taking the staircase in 5, which I'm not taking that staircase in 5 when there's 3 rooms by start I can explore first.
Yep. That is
Because-
fair.
because
That is essentially up to the game, and that is what cost you. Because if you'd have taken that staircase, you'd have been about equal with Cytown getting to the Triforce, and then Cytown went to get a blue ring. He took like an extra minute to go get a blue ring, which would have given you the 9 advantage. Which then, if you went right instead of left, we'd have had the exact opposite, just within, like, again, 30 seconds of each other.
Like I said,
Incredible.
at the very beginning of this, like, let's be 100% honest. You look at that number next to my name. That says 42, right? Nobody expected me to be here with that seed. Nobody. Like, nobody.
No, everyone
expected-
here knows you are not 42.
That's right.
Either way, it doesn't matter. You look at that 42. No one expects me to be here, and if they do, like, okay, it's Cytown's great. This is going to be a 2-0 series. No, let's like I said, ultimately above for all of this, beyond anything else, this entire tournament is about having fun and being entertaining. And I'll be damned if we didn't do that.
Oh gosh, absolutely. This has been the most entertaining series, probably next to Fred and Kevin, because that was bonkers. But
but we went 3. Okay, we went 3.
this is true.
TG,
And also,
for what it's worth,
26
all
minute
knowing
level
because
6s.
42 is all knowing.
Yes, see, I am the answer to everything. I am the meaning of life.
Cytown, you did have to pick up that boomerang.
I did.
Oh, you did do it? You did do it?
He
Of course
had
I
to.
did.
It spawned at the top of the room.
Oh, I know. I got knocked into it by the
Level
Wizards too.
one, had to walk down into it.
Well, there was the unofficial thing in the chat that was made of, because I had agreed to move the race back a half hour, if he came across the wooden boomerang, he had to pick it up as tribute.
I was gonna get it no matter what, and I got lucky. It was just on the floor in front of me.
Yeah. Also, not gonna lie, looking at my tracker right now, the amount of stupid gambles that I made were ridiculous.
And awesome.
Like, I
Yeah.
noped out of the second item in 3. I noped out of the second item of 2. To be fair, that's ladder block. Noped out of the second item in 7. Had 1 item in 7, 2 items in 8 left. Decided to go back to level 8, knowing I still have raft outstanding. Oh, by the way, the ladder wasn't needed.
Yeah, this was ladderless.
We were thinking that the ladder was we were thinking that the raft was going to be in 7, and this would be a ladderless seed, and you would just decide to RC drone it.
Honestly, if I don't come across the ladder where I do, if in that 8, if I go down first and find the raft first, you're damn right I'm ladderlessing this thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, you would have had
Ganon
to
fight would be weird.
Yeah, you would have to do a little bit of maneuvering for the Ganon fight, but
Wait, guys, you had to cross a vertical river in the room before Zelda.
There you go.
did you? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
There was an alternate path.
Thanks, chat.
Let's say there would have been
Given it was near the
there were
beginning
three
and
yeah, there were
you went,
3
like, left or
doors,
right,
so
I don't know if there was.
I mean there were 3
But that was
doors
the
to her,
easiest way.
so
That was the easiest way. Oh my gosh, guys, thank you so much for this series.
Yeah, you guys have given us a prime example of what a 3-game series looks like when it's really close.
This has been weird.
well, if you haven't gone back and watched the games yet, if you look at games 1 and 2, the correct result was there, but you would have predicted the wrong winner for each game.
That's right.
Accurate.
Exactly right.
That's accurate.
Like, it's weird because I'm a hyper competitive person, and usually it's like when I lose, I'm like, no interviews, like I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm this like for this like this. I'm like, no, like absolutely not. Like, this has been insane, like absolutely crazy.
I agree. It's been just amazing. Just even this seed, I was like, oh man, I think I'm really flying in it. And then I hit dot done, and I'm like breathing for 1 second, and I look back up and I see dot done again from you, and I'm going, oh my god, we were super
well, that's the
close.
same thing. Like, I'm fighting Ganon, and I look over and I see dot done. I'm like, damn it! I'm looking up. I'm like 45. This is gonna get played. Damn it!
We were like,
I-
you go right, go right!
I could have sworn that, like, I kept saying in my head, don't go get the blue ring. But I was like, you know what? This whole series has been so bonkers. 9's going to be stupid. I'm going to have to fight like 38 rooms of whiz robes on my way to Ganon. I'm getting the blue ring real quick. And it could have cost me.
Yeah, I was banking on the fact that I'd seen Wizrobes in so many dungeons, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a Lionel set. I'm not worried about that. With Wand, I can do that. Oh yeah, by the way, where was the candle shop? Because I didn't find it.
Rare shop.
Okay.
Only one.
I got Wand super early. Oh, hey, we have an Armos book. Let's hope there's not boulders on level 8 screen.
We very much appreciated you doing Faraga on the bush.
Well,
Yeah,
to be
fun
fair-
fact, that's the first time I'd ever seen anybody do that in a race.
Fun fact, that's the second time this tournament I've done it.
Yep,
Why
I've
did you go
seen
watch
both
the rest of your
them.
games then?
It was back in week 2. It was the first time I was restreamed. I got Y booked in 4 in that physical level 4. I'm like, oh, I don't have to go buy a candle. Let's do this. And I think the call went crazy because no one figured out what I picked up at that point. And they're like, what the heck's happening? And then they just see the wand shot and they just lose their mind. I figure that's an appropriate way to bookend my restreams is let's burn it with the wand in the first one, let's burn it with the wand in the last one.
I think I called that one with laws, because I remember I've seen it before in this tournament.
Yup. Like, anyone who knows me knows, if I don't have to go out of my way to find a candle, I won't. And Wand, dying to the Gleeok and going back, I'm glad I went back to kill that Gleeok. there's a wand. Then go up, oh, hey, there's a book. And you can just hear me like...
You were worried that you would not immediately go back for that Gleeok and would just gradually start falling behind because cytown would just outrace you in combat.
I mean...
What made you go back to that Gleeok? You still only had 3 hearts.
Well, Gleeok is an interesting beast because if I have 4 hearts there, I'm not going back.
Yep.
But being able to have sword beams is so much easier to maneuver on that Gleeok. If I find that heart container in 6 as the second item first, I'm not killing that Gleeok.
Agreed.
Wow. I gotta learn that.
It's literally stay on the right side of the room, dodge up and down, fire at will.
I kind of saw that. I'll have to practice.
I got clipped with 1 head left, I think, and so I had to go fight it up face to finish him off. But,
Like that happened to me the first time, and then I died. Then I went and did some more exploring, and then I died again. I'm like, yes, something Gleeok's right here. Let's just kill him. Oh, hey, look, wand.
Yep.
No, the rest of the Gleeoks are easy.
Pretty
That's
much.
right. That wand was huge this seed too.
Oh my god, that wand was so huge.
Speaking of that, how'd you feel about Wizards and Darknets being in the same enemy set?
That sucked.
We had the Unholy Trinity in the dungeons. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That level 7, I noped out of it and had to come back to it because I just gave up on trying to get to Triforce.
7 was like the last, aside from 5 on the raft spot, 7 was the last dungeon I came to, just because, I'm like, okay, the way I've seen the combat in this seed, I'm going to delay that spot as long as possible. On the off chance, I get a maximum amount of hearts and I can pull Magical Sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was interesting you did that. I'm like, TGE didn't go to the Crave? What?
Am I that predictable?
He was too
It
busy.
happened in the past. You changing up your routing really is what made this close, because you found 1 first. So you found 4 first, so you had your bow, and then you went to 1 and found your silvers and white sword. And that allowed your combat started to fly. And it was only within the past couple dungeons that cytown started to overtake you in combat through his less amount of deaths and had y'all going into 5 within like 10 seconds of each other.
That's insane. I can't wait to watch this. It's just
I
gonna be
can't
stupid.
either. Like, I'm usually no, I lost it. I'll watch me go. I need to watch this. I want to know what happened.
I'm certain you guys have seen game 1 and 2 now. You've
Oh.
rewatched yourselves.
I watched my stupidity. Yes, I did.
Not going to lie. I was laughing the entire day today because I watched it back yesterday, and I was laughing the entire day because stuck in my head the entire time was Malchior's. Oh my god, she's back in the race!
I got.
If you want to hear more of that, we did have that when you went left.
Yeah, there is more of that in this seed. You can definitely hear me freaking out.
Well, interesting thing, it's like I went left, saw that, I'm like, I want to gamble. Like, again, I'm a gambler, so I see that, I'm like, that's a possibility that Zelda, look around, don't feel like doing this, let's go right, I should have gone right, let's see what happens. Oh, hey, look, there's a roar! Shit! Pardon my language.
There's a roar! I'm fighting! Not done. Dang it!
Damn it!
Oh man.
I am actually just happy to see that the boomerang was picked up by both of you.
Okay, if I find it, you know I'd pick it up.
I know you were going to. It's the other person in the room.
To be fair, it didn't have a whole lot of use in this particular dungeon set because Wizrobes and Darknuts were both in it.
Yeah.
But you also didn't have a choice in picking it up, pretty much.
No, you
Yeah.
walked in, you got bumped into it by the Wizrobes, and you were happy with it.
I'm just
What?
glad that red ring was never found and was probably buried in 9.
Oh, let's be honest.
So we
Let's
just
be 100% honest. It's the stair item in 7.
It is
Nope,
not.
it's a
By the
heart.
time I picked that up, that stair item was, I think, a heart.
It
Oh,
was.
fun.
It could also have been in 5, but it was probably in 9. Let's be
So
real.
at the end of this seed, I had to do what I did at the end of the first seed, where I was going back and looking for one frickin' item again. And I was
Did you
going
pick the bow
back
and
to
four?
4, and I found the bow. Oh, I had 2 items. I had the bow and raft. So I go back to 4, found the bow.
That
4 to 6,
raft
done.
location was so easy, yet so hard, because, there's a room with 3 Wizrobes. Now I'm not going to worry about that. Well, you can kill the 5 Darknuts on the other side.
Yep.
Yep.
With turrets.
both of y'all died to that multiple times. That turret Dark Nut room.
I'm glad I saved him in the 2 Dark Nuts when I did.
In fact, when you did the kill, you killed the last one, and that last fireball.
I got from the
hit you.
grave, yeah.
Yeah, that's another probably like 15 to 20 seconds that would have made a big difference in that 9 race.
Oh no, you're not
There were
wrong.
all
Like,
kinds of tiny little things that happened this
Oh.
seed. It was real to watch.
yeah, like I said, the big thing is like there's not one thing I can point to, but look at my screen. That number 12, that's the thing. End of story.
Yeah.
There's no other routing decision that I say I made was bad. I made so many horrible, turn out to be correct gambles. It's that 12. That's the only thing. I can't complain. Like I said, I cannot complain about the way I played in this tournament. Like I said, I didn't have myself getting this far. My goal was, okay, I want to just get out of round of 128 because looking at my matchup, the way I got here, oh, hey, I have Ice Blue coming up in the round of 64. Well, I just want to take that to a game 3. Then that happened. Like, okay. Now there's a thing, like now I'm like, okay, now I want to get to 16. And then I took game 1. I'm like, okay, now I want this to either go game 3 or I want to sweep this and I want to go to 8. But
I'd just like to point out, and Chad pointed this out a little bit, that even with that number of 12, the race was that close.
Yeah.
That says something right there.
That speaks to like how evenly matched you two guys are across the entire series. I want to see you guys race some more, even if it ain't tournament.
Oh, this has been fun for sure.
this has been a blast. But yeah, like I said, like usually, like if I lose, I'm like, nope, I don't want to talk about anything. Like I'm like, no, I want to get in there. I want to know what's happening. This was crazy.
Well, to mention the bracket for a bit, since you did touch upon it, TGE, Cytown, you having won the round of 16, you will face the winner between Unos and RKC. Which, if the
glorious.
bracket's correct, RKC's up a round.
That is correct. I called that race where RKC won. That was an absolutely brutal race, that race 1. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, go ahead. I believe it's up on the Randomizer YouTube channel. The only thing I'm going to tell you about that race, to go watch it, Unos was angling for Magical Sword.
Oh wow.
I remember watching that race too.
Yes.
So we know, I think we know who you would rather face, Cytown, but
I've taken a healthy spanking by both those guys in different races, so
all right.
yay.
Like, here's the only thing I'm going to say. I don't care if you lose, but make it good and make it entertaining. That's what I ask.
I
I'll
got
go for it.
spanked by Drone. Drone put the 39 ladderless on me.
Okay, Drone is playing at another level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
For
Ted.
what it's
Hey,
worth,
everybody.
I doused the flames of Redbird in game 1, and then he just came back like the Phoenix he is.
That's pretty accurate.
That is fairly accurate.
Yes, it is. So we can talk a little bit about what's coming up on the channel, because we have, starting tomorrow at, I believe, 7 a.m., the Speed Gaming Live Marathon will be restreamed right here on Speed Gaming 2.
Yes, and that's fantastic. That's where half our staff is for the tournament, is all down in Herndon, Virginia for this. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. There's going to be the randomizer tournaments, Link to the Past randomizer, Ocarina of Time randomizer, Zelda 1 randomizer. There will be a tournament down there going for that. The finals will be broadcast. I don't exactly know what the time is that's going to be, but please show your support. I can remember, when Speed Gaming was first beginning, and this was like a pipe dream. No one ever thought it was going to take off, and now here we are. For 3-4 years later, there's a live in-person marathon happening. Show all the support you can.
Do we have any links? Is there a schedule? Like, what are we starting with tomorrow?
Let me see here.
Putting y'all on the spot, you staff people.
Well, I happen to have a link. If you would like to go to speedgaming.org/tournament, it should have the SG Live schedule available for you. Which it absolutely does. I will post that link here in the chat right now. There we go.
And you may also see quite a few familiar names in that marathon, such as, let's see.
Adirondack Rick.
What's the name of? Well,
Fred
actually, we know.
Coughlin.
Jam Evil. Cantaloupe.
Evil. Just
Mr.
start
Cat.
naming names of people you know. They're probably there.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
I'm looking at half of these names right now, and I have hung out with a lot of these people, whether it be at GDQ or anything, and they are all fantastic people. I mean, we've got, like, just rolling down the list real quick: Radioactive Rat, Big John, Jam Evil, Cantaloupe Me, Mr. Cab, Conster, Proa, S Diesel, Elrog, Infinite Mystery. I could go down. I could name half of that. I could just go down and just be amazing. But go ahead, show your support for the marathon. And oh yeah, there's gonna be the tournament stuff happening as well. So keep your ears tuned. We will make sure, at least in the Zelda One Discord, you know when that tournament final is going on. But support all the randomizer action you're seeing here on the Speed Gaming family.
I'm not gonna get a lot of work done tomorrow.
And for what
I
it
would
is
be down
worth,
there myself
no-
personally if I wasn't house sitting.
For those that are looking for what's coming up in this tournament, I believe we have a triple header tomorrow morning.
That is correct.
Well, presumably triple header if it goes to game 3.
Yes, we have 3 games scheduled. That'd be Cavan and Shaddy. I don't know if it's been assigned a channel yet. I do know it's been assigned a commentary.
It does say Speed Gaming 3 on
Okay.
the Zelda
Then
Randomizer.
in that case, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow on Speed Gaming 3, we're going to have all 3 games potentially of Shaddy versus Cavan 856. And I pulled a couple of strings and got some commentary. We got a pretty good commentary team for that one. We got Homer J Smash and BTs.
That's gonna be funny. That's
Yeah.
gonna be funny.
But that's not all the Zelda randomizer we have for you tomorrow. We've also got Game 1, and you thought the match you just saw was crazy? This Game 1, like, I'm not selling anything short of Shaddy and Cavan. It's going to be a fantastic match, but just going on name recognition alone, this Game 1 tomorrow night at 10 p.m., oh my word. Crystal Saver and Redbird Grad.
That would be a finals.
Vote for Redbird.
I have to be biased. I've met Saver in person. I haven't met Redbird, so I'm going to have to go with Saver just in the fact that I've met him in person.
Well, I have to be biased. Redbird knocked me out, so I have to hope that he wins the whole thing.
Well, that's why I'm firmly on Team Cytown at this point.
I have to be
That's fair.
biased. Watching Redbird's videos and how to fight Ganon and other tutorials and stuff kind of got me to where I am, and still learning, so I'm going Redbird.
Well, I boo you all, except for TG.
Thank you.
And I also
the
don't blame you
Redbird
at all.
Crystal Saver match will be
That's
on
insanity.
Randomania. Don't know what number yet, but keep your eyes and
More
your
than
ears
likely
peeled.
Rando proper, but who knows?
All right, guys. I am going to go to bed or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that sounds good.
You do the or something. We'll just keep talking.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night, Cytown. GE, any parting words, wonderful memes, love a banana that you would like to leave us with?
Look, all I'm going to say is, I still have some back-end stuff I have to worry about here for the tournament, but from just a participation perspective, these flags have been absolutely so much fun to play. And I've heard so many people who are not in the tournament anymore who's like, hey, I still want to do bracket flags because they have that unique combination of still requiring routing decisions, but not punishing people if they decide to go 3 first or 1 first, depending on which direction you want to go from start. They are, they're a little on the moderate side, not hyper advanced, but these are still very approachable flags, and they're still fun because Heart Shuffle adds a whole new dynamic in here. So ultimately, the thing I want to say here is, these flags have been amazing. Kudos to our tournament staff admins here. That'd be Jam Evil, Fred, Crimson Avix, Adirondack Rick, and JSR for coming up with a flag set and a tournament format that has absolutely been incredible to play. And I just want to tell everyone, if you're watching this, whether you're watching this live, you're watching the VOD on Twitch, you're watching this on YouTube, wherever it is, don't be afraid to come in and try your hand at all of these. There are very much beginner-friendly flags on the randomizer program itself. Hop into the Discord. There are many, many people there who are willing to help you out. And if you want to try your hand at some of the crazier flags, I know at least one of the people in this call is all about doing the crazy flags. Right, Alsoa?
Yeah. What's that? Max HP blackout? Yeah, let's do it.
Exactly.
Not blackout.
But yeah, aside from that, to all of the people on my commentary team, you guys, like everyone who has done here and called the race, you guys have been fantastic. Keep it up. We're heading into the home stretch now. We're heading into the top 8. We're heading into the quarterfinals. This has just been absolutely amazing. So just keep your ears and eyes tuned. It's gonna be amazing. The quality that we have left now that the schlub is out, and now the quality is amazing. What? I can't call myself a schlub?
You do whatever you want. It doesn't mean we have to agree with you.
No,
Or
no,
you
no,
laughing?
I agree. Only on the condition that I can call myself a schmuck.
I mean, if you want to call yourself a schmuck, I'll call myself a schlub.
Okay, cool. Then we're good.
Sweet. So when's the co-op tournament? That's a team name.
Yeah, let's get working on that. I'm totally down.
Schlumuck.
Either
We'll
way,
just have all the boomerangs.
yes.
That's good.
Wait, I think that means that Fury and I have to team up, and we're just two bananas.
Well, I mean, Fury
Yeah.
would agree to that because he never wants to team up with me because keyboard players.
Also
I think
gotta
that's gonna do it for
throw
us at this point.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
We're kind of like digressing into just random various topics.
Which we can do. There's no other races scheduled.
Yeah, but let's not hold up too much of the airtime. Let's let people get it off so they can go ahead and tune over to Speed Gaming proper and watch some of the tournament races, group stages that are going on for the tournaments.
Also got to give a word out to Jiggly Saint. He was our tracker this evening. Thank you very much, Jiggly, for
Also, if you heard
Keeping
that
us-
crash, that was the cat digging into the trash can.
It's a cat.
Thank you very much, Jiggly, for keeping us on track and on base throughout this very exciting nail biter of a game 3.
And also, thank you to Cyclone for helping us out with some of the setup, as well as all of the Speed Gaming staff for giving us some airtime tonight on Speed Gaming to bring you this lovely, wonderful Game 3 matchup.
With that, I think we're gonna be signing off. I'm Malchior, joined
And
with
I'm
also. You go ahead.
So we will see you guys on the next set of races, and don't forget that over on Speed Gaming 1, they are setting up for the next Link to the Past Randomizer race that is going on at SG Live.
Y'all have a good evening.